I know you are eager for another episode of Linux job interviews, questions and answers. It's long time due. I made this PowerPoint a while back, so I don't really remember what comes next, but we will find out together. Let's get it started. And question, oh, wait. What? I have a sponsor? I'm sponsoring myself? Cool. So this is my Gumroad, okay? All jokes aside, this is my Gumroad. Go check it out. Lots of good stuff. You also can see it here down below or on the side, depending if you're watching this on short or on long form. But there it is. Ozzoy.gumroad.com. Lots of free stuff and good valuable things that I have there for you guys to grow your careers. This will show up when the series is over on there for you to get it yourself. Let's carry on with question 21. I believe we stop at question 20, but these are the ones I came up with. Nope, this was the last one we did on the last one. It worked as a review. That's fine. This is the new one. So your PC is configured with a DNS server address, but not the default gateway. So this is kind of a mix between Linux questions and network questions that we know are kind of are jointed. I don't know. they came close. They are together. So can the PC access the internet? No, without default gateway, the PC cannot access the internet. No, well, the focus of the question is the internet, right? The focus of the question is the internet, clearly. But it cannot access any other networks, IP networks, than either of its own. So, of course, the internet, it's a completely new, different network. Of course it is. But it cannot access the internet or any other networks that are not their own. If you're watching this on a short form, come see the long form video and you will see another 9 to 10 questions in this video. Like, subscribe, and hype. For the long form peeps, here we go. Next question number 23, which is, what is the difference between IP and gateway? Before you say anything in the comments, yes, some of these questions are simple, but maybe, or more for surely, they are not simple to everyone, okay? My microphone is clipping, let me lower it. Yeah, so they are not easy for everyone. Everybody has its levels of knowledge and everybody needs to get its shit together, right? And this is only question 23 of about 100 questions, so difficulty will ramp up. So what is the difference between an IP and a gateway? So this is my own wording. An IP address is an identifier for a device or on a network, while a gateway is a network point that acts as entrance to and from another networks, typo, often used to connect local networks to external networks like the internet. Yeah, so the difference is the IP address identifies the host itself, the PC, the printer, the mobile phone, the server, whatever. So every host that operates in the IP network on a IP network, which is 95% of the cases nowadays. Yes, there are other protocols that can work as well or close to that as IP, but there are kind of niche situations, specific situations, but they exist. The IP protocol is not the only layer 3 protocol that exists or ever existed, but yeah, this is one of which that we use most often, which is the IP. So going back here, so the IP address is a number that identifies a specific host on an IP network, okay? And let me see if this is right. Yeah, and the default gateway or the gateway allows them, the computers or hosts, to communicate to other networks that are not their own. So I'm not going to specify in this video or explain in detail in this video what is an IP network, what can be classified as a local network or a remote network. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I will do videos about that. So like, subscribe, and hype, and we can discuss that further on. So in a nutshell, the IP identifies the host. The gateway allows hosts to communicate to other hosts on different networks that they are not their own. Question number 24. Can you assign one static IP to two computers, or this? My wording here was kind of weird, but can you assign the same static IP to two networks? Well, Can you assign the same static IP, or can two hosts? Well, let's not discuss these exceptions. Let's discuss the norm. So, can you assign the same static IP to two computers? Yes or no? If not, why? No, you cannot assign the same IP address to the same computers. This is a kind of a long discussion, but in a nutshell, two hosts cannot have the same IP. End of story. But there are situations that they will have the same IP and no problems will occur. For example, hosts that are connected or through, for example, through NAT, PAT, SNAT, CNAT, etc. So there are exceptions that hosts on the world have the same IP and they are able to communicate, which is often the case. I will make a video about this later on, but there are private networks, and the private networks will actually make that everybody in the world will have the same IPs. Mine is 192.168.1.13 in this PC. Probably on our network you'll also have a 192.168.1.13 because we are behind NAT, CNAT, SNAT, and all that good stuff. And yeah, that can cause IP addresses to be the same, but on different networks. But that's a different discussion, a longer discussion. I have on Gumroad a free episode of my CCNA prep course. It's in Portuguese, but I know that many of my viewers are Portuguese-speaking person. Funny enough, most of my viewers are from the United States. Greetings, United States, followed by the UK. Greetings, UK. Interesting, isn't it? But I also have a lot of Portuguese-speaking viewers, Portuguese, Brazilians, people in Africa. So many people that speak Portuguese and they see my videos. I am Portuguese myself. So I have there a free CCNA prep course episode that it's in Portuguese. Go on my Gumroad. It's free. Download it. It's yours to check it out. I will put the full. My editor is editing the full series. It will take a while, but you can check out that sample video in a way. So no, two devices cannot have the same IP addresses. How to change the IP address to static? So this is in Linux. So the discussion, it's too long to state here. There are many ways to do this. So I'll just advise you to start with that video, pause my video right now and check that one out because it's one of many. So hopefully YouTube will do its magic. And when you watch that one, you will see the other ones. There are many ways to change IP address to static. You can use NMTLI, NMCLI, NM2E, NMGTK, the IP command, the ifconfig command, the configuration files on etc sysconfig. So there are many ways to change it. You can do it permanently. You can do it just sporadically. There are many ways. Go check that video. It's a good starting point. And funny enough, this week I will release a couple more. So check the video out. It's much better for you guys to learn this process. You are trying to ping a server by the host name. You get error message, ping a known host. What could be the reason and how to solve the problem if you want to ping it through the host name? So here usually there are two possible causes. The most obvious ones are you have no DNS server configured as a client, so your PC does not know what is the DNS server IP address to resolve the names. As a workaround, you can use the etc hosts file. The hosts file exists on Linux and in Windows, and you can temporarily work around this, but bear in mind that the hosts file only works on the local machine, so the hosts file only works on the machine that the host file exists, so it does not serve the whole network. That's what the DNS server is used for. Again, go to this my video so you can check out how to configure the IP address and how to tell your computers who is your DNS server. Explain the difference between relative and absolute path. Again, the discussion is longer than it seems, but in simple terms, the absolute path name starts with the dash, which is the /, which is the root folder, and the absolute, it will depend on where we are. For example, if you are trying to reach the fstab file, we know, if you don't know, we'll learn now, that the fstab file, it's located on the etc folder or etc folder. So on the etc folder, you will have the host file, or I'm sorry, the host file also works, but the fstab file. So the absolute path is /. So it will be slash, god damn it. So why is my pen on the wrong screen? I will fix this later, it's fine. So my pen is useless now. I'll use the old school. So basically you will, it's the etc folder, or with the it's hard to write with the mouse. Okay, etc folder fs tab. Okay, this is the absolute path name because it starts here. So every absolute path name starts with the forward slash. Relative depends on where we are. For example, if you are at your home folder, okay, the relative path name will depend on where you are. So if you are in a home folder, you need, so this is kind of your username. You come back one to be home, then you go to etc and fs tab. So the absolute always start with the forward slash, and the relative depends on your current location. The most clean and less prone to errors, it's going to be the absolute path name, because that's always starts with the same reference point to start with, always starts with the forward slash. Absolute always starts here, so it's always the same, doesn't matter where you are or where you start off. There is only one reason that can cause the absolute path name to change. For example, this is the absolute path name for the fs tab file, right? So this is the absolute path name for the fs tab file, right? This never changes. It's always the same. That's why I like to use absolute, because it's less prone to errors. This never change, okay? There is only one situation where that can cause the fs tab file to change its location. Only one possible reason to make the absolute path name for the fs tab to change. Can you think of a reason? 3, 2, 1. If the file itself changes locations. So if the file never changes locations, its absolute path name, it's always the same. It's very, very unlikely to errors to occur. I explain the difference between relative and absolute path. Why do I have this twice? I don't know. I just explained it. What is a group? What is a command to change the file directory ownership over group to a group? Okay. So it's a change group, okay? So if you want to change the file permissions to change the group owner, and don't worry, the file that's going to go on Gumroad in the end, it's not going to have these errors. But if I miss this, just let me know and I fix the file on Gumroad and give you back the fixed one. What is the command to change the file directory ownership and group? So to change the ownership of a group, it's the change group command. There are other magical ways, but the change group commands always work, and be happy with that. It's fine. So I skipped question 29. I don't know. I don't know. When you log in, you get a message on the screen that is. When you log in, you get message on the screen. What is of the file where it's located? Yeah. It sounds weird, but it's easier than it seems. So when you log into a shell, a non-graphical shell, you will see a little message above the username. So when you log in, you see username dot column password blah blah. When you insert that, you'll have a little message above that. That's the emios.td. Yeah, I just mistyped that. So emios. I will fix this in a master file. It's emios.td. Okay. I don't know why did I do that. etc. It's etc. MEOTD, okay? Message of the day. So what your edits here will show up on that location, and we'll just give you a customized message. People put customized messages. They put banners. You can customize that to your liking. So you can say welcome to. I have a video popping up soon already on my channel that can show you the IP address. Go and check it out. The video it's awesome. That video. You can put the message of the day to show the IP address of the machine, can be very useful. So check it out. What is the bin directory used for? Well, in the short description is the bin directory contains binary files that everybody can use. Okay, so I have the /bin and the /sbin. They currently change locations. It's usr bin, usr/sbin, but I prefer to keep the other location just for to create less confusion, because not every Linux made this change. So, but typically bin is for executables for every user, sbin executables for the root user. S comes its system, bin binary. So binary files are what a regular user or automatic procedures use to keep the machine up and running. And go and subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/OzzoyBits. Now I'm going to fix the PDF and the master file of my stupid typos and fat fingering. Comment down below if you have any questions. That's kind of the main thing here. Like, subscribe, and hype. Comment out, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.